And just gently push, and let's watch what happens to the column. That's good, that's good. Keep it, oh, you got too carried away. You were supposed to keep it inside the lines.
Oh.
Do you see that? So I want to do it again, but I'd like you to be nice and gentle with it this time, and just add a nice, easy press on there.
Lacking
You're
in
not trying to
4K.
bend it, I'm just trying to put a load on there, put a gentle load on there. Bottom line is, it's not doing a whole lot, okay? That little tiny column doesn't do much. Do that one, same way, gentle load. Doesn't do much, it handles its gentle load. Fixed with a free end. Use the stick and do the same thing. Gentle, gentle. Try to push it as straight as you can. Doesn't do much. I could even change the end down here, and a column this thin, without going to town like you did, won't do much as far as bending is concerned, right? Chanel, there's a big one on the floor. Bring it on over. Please, Chanel, would you bring the one on the floor?
Wow.
Chanel, thank you very much.
Mannerism is important.
It was very kind of you to bring that.
It's true.
All right.
It's true.
Now,
Wow.
we're going to do this again with our long column. Gentle. It was just overbearing on me. It just torqued on it. So here's where things kind of get interesting. Now, gentle. Notice the ends. What's the condition? Oh, wait a sec. Notice the ends. What's the condition?
2 pins.
2 pins. Gentle push. Keep it in the line. A little more than that. A little more. A little more. Stop. So, take a look. I take a picture of this someone just so you have a reference to a couple of the others. Sometimes I take, well, we can still do it. Please. Would you get a dry erase marker?
I will.
Because we'll draw it on there so you can kind of see what happens to it.
What color would you like?
Any color would do. It was so kind of you for getting marker.
No, you're welcome.
Okay? All right, release it. So, that was a pin. So now let's change it and try something different. Let's try a fixed pin. See what we get this time. Nice and easy. 2 hands. You might want to do 2 hands for that one. Oh, it's got it. Back up. You got to put it even and keep it in the lines. Go ahead. Keep it in the lines. Notice a slightly different shape here. Notice the maximum deflection down at this end, and it's driving, trying to keep itself straight at the other end. So I have a slightly different curve this time. Okay? So this was a pin. This was a fixed pin. All right, ease up. Now watch what happens when we do a pin or a fixed. Let's see what we get out of this one. All right, nice and easy. Keep it even. Wow, a totally different curve out of that one. Notice again, the ends are trying to stay straight, and all the bending is occurring right in the middle right here. Okay, last one. Let's do pins and what's called a free end. Wait a minute, you're just really smashing this thing. Don't pull that out there. Pull it your way. Good. Use the free end now. Little tiny one. And the poker stick. Yep, and the poker stick. So this is fixed. Now, try to keep it as straight as you can as you push. Yet another completely different curve off of there. Pinned end, the fixed end down there, doing whatever it wants. He doesn't get to control it out of the entire process here. Okay, so that's good. We now know something. It's the same material. Right? We generally give it a similar load because he was only pushing nice and gently each time. And we got 4 completely different curves out of this based off of its load that we put on there. This is starting to give you a hint as to what's happening within the material and its ability to bend. First off, when we tried to do the short rod, or the short column, remember, he had a very, very difficult time having to really torque on it to get it to do anything. So it starts to give us a hint about this, how long is long. It also starts to give us a relationship, because it's the same material, same size, and just the length of difference made a huge difference on what it could hold. So now all of a sudden that cross-sectional area means something. Finally, the way this even starts, this rod would have held everything if it were not for imperfections in our world. Remember that entropy conversation in thermal? It's always getting bigger. Everything's trying to seek that sort of thing out, the lowest state of energy, by getting rid of it and sending it everywhere else. You can never make a column like this, especially this long, completely uniform. And there are imperfections along the way. So as soon, go ahead and apply a little load again. As soon as he starts to push, it starts to bend. Because some imperfection along here, along with the imperfection associated with his mounting up here, gives it away. And so we've reached that critical point. We've exceeded the critical point, and all of a sudden it buckles. Every one of those curves is a form of buckling. So let's take a look at that, and mathematically let me give you a little background as to what we just saw happen in buckling these. Thank you very much, volunteers.